everybody.
There's nobody in the chat yet, but hello to the replay people. Hello, replay. I do have several people, especially Elizabeth Nasbit. Hello, Elizabeth. You are a loyal replay player of Ian Friday. She loves Ian Friday. Hi, Elizabeth. In replay.
Is Elizabeth always watching the replay? Never.
Oh yes, she loves Ian Friday. She's from the UK. She loves Ian Friday. She watches the replay, the whole thing.
What about live?
The old 2 hours.
Oh, she just does not come on. I don't know. I guess it's just a bad time for her. She never watches the live, but she loyally watches replay.
She's in the same country as Ian.
Yeah, she's in the UK.
So if it's a good time for Ian, it's a good time for everybody.
I don't know why she doesn't watch I don't know why she doesn't watch live, but she loyally watches replay.
Most decent English folk on a Friday night are out having a few sippies.
Okay, yeah. Right.
That's every night. What are you talking about, Ian?
No Friday night special.
And nobody's in the chat yet. 0 people in the chat. Hello.
Yeah, I'll have Friday night special. I'll have 6 beers instead of 3.
6?
Yeah.
That's just to line your stomach. 6. Oh, you've been watered down, you guys in America.
Oh no. When I go, it's a 14-pint night.
Hey, that's right. No, I don't. No, we're on this program. We never,
especially on a pub crawl. It's very easy.
Over drinking is not something that we promote. Is it? Is it, Diane?
No, but Paul might promote it.
Have we got Hill Street Blues or what?
Oh yeah, we got ambulance going by. Or I don't know if it's ambulance or police.
Yeah, it's a bit weird though in America.
Unfortunately I live on a busy road. It's hard, even though it's residential. It's very residential here. It's just a busy road, and everybody speeds. They don't go the speed limit. It's horrible.
Like in America, all your emergency services have exactly the same siren.
Yours don't?
No, I think some it depends. Ours rotate.
Oh yeah, you're right. The police have the same siren as an ambulance. That's right. They should have different sirens.
Yeah, so we know what's coming. If it's a fire.
Oh yeah, right.
Because
our first person in the chat. Hello, first person in the chat. Second person. I'm sorry. Angela Critters was here first. Hi, Angela Critters, and Mystic Unigon.
Hi, Angela.
And Mystic Unigon was here second.
There you go. Hello, Mystic, and hello, Angela. I'm still struggling with a bit of a cold as well, by the way, guys. So, if I sound like Barry White, then you know that's what's happening.
Prayers go out to anybody who is out in Louisiana right now.
Wow, what's happening in Louisiana? I've been off the map.
The hurricane.
Another hurricane.
A hurricane something.
Number 10. Number 10 hitting
one hurricane after another. They're just back to back to back. Delta. Hurricane. Thank you, Angela. It's Hurricane Delta.
And Hurricane Delta is pretty much taking the same path as Hurricane Laura 2 months ago.
Yeah, I believe it. They just like back to back.
It's the same path. I think they estimate the landfall. Well, we should know now because it's probably coming pretty close to it. They estimate 9 miles east of where Laura hit. That's pretty close.
And Angela lives in North Carolina, and she says it's already started raining from the hurricane.
Yeah,
I tell you what, we've had a bout of rain today, which is not.
Oh, you had a bout of rain? No, it's sunny all day here.
So, Well, as you well know, this October I've taken on the challenge of
Washtober.
Washtober.
I cannot believe all the challenges in October. There's Inktober, Washtober, Sketchtober.
Yeah. Well, what's happened is there were a bit of a bust up with everybody were going to be doing Inktober, and there were a bit of, and people have like backed away from it and gone, all right, we'll do his own thing. So we've all splintered into little groups.
Oh, hello, Slobin's World. Hi, no, Siobhan's World. Siobhan's World is the second time coming to my live stream. They came earlier last week. Hello, Siobhan's World, and hello, Goswina.
Hello, Goswina. Hello, Siobhan.
Have you heard the one, Diana, where the challenge is fry me up a couple eggs because I'm hungry, Tober?
No.
No.
What'd you do? Make that up?
Well, there is the alternatively. You know,
I'm hungry, Diana.
You know where the oven is October.
And
Yeah.
then there's 100 face challenge going on in one of my Facebook groups, and then there's so many challenges going on right now. Oh my goodness. And then there's the Bleedo. We're in the Bleedo challenge, blind live streaming every day in October. So it's October's crazy with all these challenges. And
I think what it is people try to get one last challenge in before you get into silly season. You know, in America, you go into all these like celebratory things and that.
Well, that's going to be cut back.
Is it?
Well,
government told us that they might be cancelling Christmas.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, they've canceled 2020 already.
Why put like all Christmas lights up if nobody's going into town to look at them?
Hi, Madonna. Madonna's here.
Anyway,
you know, incidentally, Ian, I do all the cooking, so it's just nice to have somebody cook. But you know, it's nice to have somebody cook me something now and then. You know,
I know, but you know, you say you do all the cooking, but it is putting food in the microwave cooking.
No, I don't do that.
He does more than that. Oh, hello.
No, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I do a lot of cooking myself.
May Shifts. UK. We have somebody else from the UK. May Shifts UK vlog. You're welcome. I think you're new here. Special welcome to you. May Shifts UK vlog.
There we go. Oh, there you go. We're getting one or two new people now and again, aren't we?
Yes.
So, you guys, whenever you're ready. So anyway, so I was explaining this is Washtober 2020.
So you do a watercolor a day, right?
A watercolor painting every day.
Do you have a prompt? You have a prompt to follow?
There's a prompt, and today it's landed on a nice one.
What's that?
Sun.
The sun? Oh.
The sun. I think the sun.
And do you have a rant?
Today, I might have. I don't know. I don't know how to say. I know how delicate a period of time it is in America.
Yeah, right.
And I don't want to get too involved.
Okay.
But any idiot that says that a disease is a blessing from God needs putting in a furnace, and I'll personally I'm not saying who that might be, but I'm sure someone will say it at some point.
When did he say that? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I did. I saw it live on telly.
Huh.
But then again, lots of conspiracy theories around, isn't there?
I mean, I remember him saying injecting bleach. That was kind of silly. But
some people said that man has been to moon, but it's only a conspiracy theory. So who knows? We'll never know. And the Area 52 has actually got planes in it and not aliens. What a load of rubbish! It's got it's landing pad for aliens. and only aliens that believe that the Earth is square.
Oh yeah, the Flat Earth Society.
Yes. And we're all of this is all connected.
Yeah, conspiracy theories. My conspiracy theory is about the pandemic. I think it could be a pandemic.
What plants are gonna take over?
Plants are going to take over. I thought roaches might.
No. Oh,
no, they live through anything and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
They can like time because they're going to be around for a long time. Then they don't have to worry about trivial things like ruling the world because they're just there, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, what mostly concerns me is the hierarchy that's controlling all of this.
It sounded like you said hierarchy, but you mean hierarchy.
Hierarchy. That place where Paul goes. I think it's Paul. What is it? That pizza place?
That's called Illuminati's.
Yeah, the Illuminati's. Yes, you watch them.
Not them. It's Lou, as in Lou. You know, just Lou. You know, Joe, Paul, Lou. Not Lou. Lou Malnati.
I just had to have a joke at that because it just sounds like the Illuminati.
Incidentally, all those people in the chat, that's the best Chicago pizza that you'll ever have in your life.
Well, anyway, Mystic Unigon has an interesting comment. She said she'd love to get the virus compared to working at Walmart.
It might be Walmart. Who knows?
She says you
gotta put that on a t-shirt.
She
says,
"Oh my
God, put that on a t-shirt."
It's better than suffering at Walmart every day.
Well, now President Reagan or whatever they call him has had it. We can all like go and suck some of his juice out of him and put it on his head, and that'll protect us from coronavirus. So I'm being told.
You know, that statement would be true for the associates that work there too. They'd rather have COVID than be at Walmart.
Sounds like a great place.
Angela's talking about something about anti-maskers. Oh, I can't. Oh, I see. I can't imagine right now working at Walmart with the anti-maskers. Oh,
I've got my mask on.
I don't see any of anti-maskers. Everywhere I go, everybody's wearing a mask.
Well, if you don't want to wear a mask and you don't feel that things are going to be affecting you when you die, let's hope nobody comes to your funeral. Yay! Sorry.
Oh, Mystic says they literally work us to death. Oh no, that's true for where my husband used to work. Actually, everybody in their 50s started dying or come down with a serious disease in their 50s because they were worked too hard. Work not a 40-hour week, a 60, 70, or 80-hour week.
Sounds like weeks that I worked.
I'm so concerned about being connected to your internet because America's the most toxic place on the planet with coronavirus. I'm going to even wear a glove, even though I'm only on the internet with you. Hello, everybody. No, I'm not.
Oh my goodness. Mystic has a weird comment, a strange comment. She says, they say if you drank out of the hose as a child, you're immune to the virus. Okay, I don't know about that.
I did that. Me. I did that.
I have heard if you grew up in a dirty house, and it wasn't like totally antiseptic clean, and if you grew up in a dirty house, your immune system is good. And I did grow up in a dirty house, and my immune system is really good. I worked with 500 kids every week, and I didn't get sick that often.
It's really strange that because there, not with regards to coronavirus or anything, but there's quite a bit of evidence to say that over cleaning an area and making it absolutely germ free is an open window for.
And that's what hospitals do. And hospitals do that. And MRSA is there. You can get MRSA from a hospital. That's what hospitals do. And they talk about the things you can get at a hospital, the viruses.
See, because they can exist there, because it's like a blank space for it to just land and go, all right, I'm going to populate it. Boof. And then you get it.
You know, my brother had MRSA. He contracted it. He don't know how, but it almost damn near killed him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, those top end germs that can't be got rid of, they're incredibly dangerous.
Ugh. The most resistant, I think a lot of the most resistant viruses are in hospitals.
Mm. And now you're getting antibiotic stuff that, you know, it just shrugs the best antibiotics off.
That makes you wonder, like, well, how do you survive surgery if there's those kind of viruses in a hospital?
Because we're on the melting point of being on the edge of destruction. We better get on. We better get on with doing a painting, because you know.
Okay. Hi, old buzzard bait. Hi, old buzzard bait.
Time is limited.
Well, you know what?
Don't be fooled by old buzzard bait's name. He's a really good poet. He has all this poetry on his website.
You know what? The way we treat this planet, I wouldn't mind if she shook us off like fleas.
Well, you know what? I did have a plan, but I ran out of money because of COVID and everything. I ran out of money. I was going to build a Death Star and only put the elite people on the planet on it, right? And then I was going to blow Earth up, but I just ran out of money. So hopefully, I mean, I'm going to crowdfund it. Get everybody to crowdfund it.
Crowdfund it, yeah, crowdfund it.
Right. So after you build it, where are you going to go?
And then I'm going to be pressing button on Death Star. What do you think I'm going to be?
All right, I put you on big screen so you can get started.
Right. I can't find my mask. Where have I put my mask? I feel naked.
Your mask?
Yeah, but only the elite people can come.
I know I'm not elite enough. I am. What we're going to do is we're going to have one person which represents every piece of culture on the planet, and because I'm a founder member of Denser, that qualifies me to be on it. You see.
Anyway, who the heck already gave a thumbs down? So somebody gave a thumbs down, and we're not only 10 minutes into the show.
You have a troll, Diana, because they're thumbing down all your live streams.
If that's the worst they're gonna do, I love it. You're gonna just give me a thumbs down, no problem with me.
That's interaction straight.
No problem with me. Just don't come in my chat and cause problems. I have no problem if that's all they're gonna do.
Diane, just on the subject of topicalness, there's no flies on you. It's an old saying, that, by the way.
Has become part
you know what? I didn't even see that darn fly. So
what? Do you know what?
I must have missed it.
What I'm concerned about with that is, I think his hair's not real. I think it's a toupee. It's too white to be real.
Oh, that's possibly.
No,
what are you talking about?
See, the thing is, right?
He's how his hair.
How can you fly in your hair and not notice that it's in your hair? I don't know.
Because he was so focused on that witch that he was debating that he didn't, he didn't feel anything.
He should have sensed it in the force. Anyway, let's get over. Anyway, that's weekly topic over and done with.
Yes, our guest artist is going to start painting a seascape, right?
Are you sure? No, you can't really see it very well. Tickly throat. Might be COVID. Who knows? Listen, do you know what? Right, COVID can hit you in a number of different ways, right? It can.
I know. Hi, RV Weekends.
It can kill you, or it
come
can
in
give
with your second channel.
It can give you a mild cold.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that's it.
Hey, it's great to see. She's RV Weekend says it's great to be here. It's great to see you, RV Weekends. If she came in with her other channel, she's a new channel member, but she's coming in with her second channel, RV Weekend. She does live in an RV full time.
I have got a slight rant of the week. We've spent ages all what they call it in, being locked down. They let us come out, and we've all come out, and now they're locking us back down.
Oh God, yeah, that you have a rant for that, right?
That's it. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're going backwards again.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of states here. Not so far our state, not yet, but a bunch of states in the United States that they're going backwards.
Well, I mean, it was inevitable this anyway, because it's going to be seasonal, like cold is. So we're going to have to learn to put up with it until I get my Super Death Star laser prepared.
Unless it starts going away after the elections here.
Oh, it might.
Some people would say that it's just going to end. It's going to finally end when we have the elections.
A bit propaganda. But maybe so. No, well, listen. This planet goes from one stressful thing to another. It's meant to do that. So as a control system over the masses, you got to learn that first. And then once you learn that, then you learn to think, well, I'm going to get on with my life. Not that you ain't got to be responsible towards society, of course you have. But if you listen to every disaster that mankind's facing on a daily basis, you'd be a manic depressant. I mean, nobody's told you about that gigantic meteorite that's heading towards Earth because they didn't want to tell you any depressing information. Anyway, I'm going to true that.
Oh my goodness!
I think they forgot about that.
Oh, hi, Awesome.
There was
hi,
one.
Awesome
Speaking of meteors, there was one recently.
Awesome
over Mexico.
Hello, he doesn't often come to my channel. Sorry, my live stream. Sorry, Awesome Wood Things is he has a second channel where he's a YouTube expert. So welcome to the live stream, Awesome Wood Things. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mexico, it's really strange because it does get hit a lot by
meteors.
It was by Monterey. It was a big flash of light.
Really?
Yeah, it broke up in the atmosphere.
Well, vast majority.
That happened a couple days.
The vast majority break up.
They do. If they're big enough, they break up in atmosphere and they create an. There were one 3 or 4 years ago in Russia, and I don't know. It weren't anyway. One of the satellite countries of Russia, and when it broke up, it created a sonic explosion. And it was felt for miles. It shattered windows and all sorts.
Really? When was that? When was that? Several years?
About 7 or 8 years ago, maybe now.
7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, but it was big enough.
It was in Russia, right?
I think in Russian Peninsula. Right, either in Russia or in one of the satellite countries around it. Right. So anyway, this painting. What it is they're walking up this street, 2 people here, and they've got a skateboard, but they're walking towards the sun. The sun's just peeking over the horizon.
Oh, because you are participating in Washtober in the month of October, and your prompt today is the sun. The
sun. So although it's not a key feature, it's actually in it, and it's an important element that creates the atmosphere. So I've gone down that kind of line today.
Are you going to have rays coming off the silhouettes of the body?
It's more to do with the silhouette today, and how we can manipulate the silhouettes and create sense of depth and distance, as though it's coming towards you. So
I would
yeah,
imagine you would probably use the same technique as you did in the cafe painting. With the window, the window in the cafe, the basement.
Yeah, in a similar, but the opposite way, because we're casting shadows rather than casting light. If you know what I mean. Through the window, we're casting of light. This is more to do with how the shadows kind of place themselves. And anything that you paint against the sun generally turns into a silhouette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to say something about Awesome Wood Things. Ian might be interested in that channel because guess what? Ian, our guest artist, is building his own guitar out of wood.
Yes.
Out of wood. Awesome Wood Things. Yeah, that's Matt Haas at Awesome Wood Things. Hey, he's building his own. He's building a guitar out of wood.
Dum 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 dum. So it's like that bit in Star Wars, isn't it? When you know that chip goes across the sky. Dun 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 dun. Copyright. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway.
What kind of wood is that?
Cheap. Right. This, right, believe it or not, is just a prototype. It's to help me to figure out certain things. It's not meant to be an actual end product guitar, although I could make it into a guitar. So this, right, is softwood, like pine. Now you can make a guitar out of pine, right? Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You can. But there's issues with it. But it's just like a three-dimensional prototype for me. So when I get my wood, my proper wood, I'll know what to do with it. It's like a template for it.
So what's the prototype?
Awesome. I don't know if Awesome Wood Things is still here. Awesome Wood Things would love to hear that. He would love to listen about that. I don't know if he's still here. He might have just popped in and said hello, but he would love. He would definitely start having a conversation about that.
Yeah. So I mean,
well, just keep in mind, Ian, that when you actually build a guitar after doing this, that it's going to be different putting it together, because if you use a hardwood, it's going to be completely different.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, with hardwood, ironically enough, it's easier to do something with a hardwood than it is with softwood. You might think it's easier because it's soft, but it isn't.
It is. It's not. It isn't.
Hardwood stays together easier. It's dead easy with softwood. So
yeah, but it's harder to cut, and you can burn it easy. And then trying to sand out those burn marks is hard to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying when you practice on this prototype, you know, you're using a pine. Don't expect it to be the same.
Oh,
it's
no,
going to be completely different.
I know it's going to be an hard shift. I mean, last time I did make something, I made a table with oak, and oak is notorious for working. It really is hard, and you have to battle against it. But
as long as it ain't cherry. Cherry is like the worst kind that man, I'll never work with cherry ever again.
Oh, yeah, John Quinn's here. John Quinn, hello. And he says Ian will be the next Eddie Van Halen. Rest in peace. R.I.P. That's a shame. Eddie Van Halen passed away only at age 65.
Yes, he did. Unfortunately, I've spent many a night watching bands at my local pub do classic Eddie Van Halen songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost Neil Peart and now Eddie Van Halen. All our rock gods are dying off.
A lot of them, I know, they're passing away like in their 60s.
And the ironic thing is the old ones before them, the old blues guys,
Yeah.
they're still around.
They're still around?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
They've got like ever-ready batteries that don't die out.
Yeah.
You know, the good news is AC/DC is coming out with a new release in November.
Well,
that's good. Rolling Stones, they're always coming out with something new.
Rolling Stones, I know they are, aren't they? I'm just wanting Floyd to get back together.
Oh, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, so I can go and watch them.
I did see them in concert. I did see them. I did see Pink Floyd in concert.
So, how did you feel about that then? Pink Floyd in concert?
Well,
is it not your cup of tea?
I don't remember it that good. I don't know. Maybe I got wasted too much. I can't remember. I don't remember. I think I.
You had way too many.
Diana doesn't remember.
I don't remember what happened. I don't know.
I don't know. I want them, man.
You know what? It's probably best that you don't know.
Yeah.
And
it's a good job you blanked it out of your mind, Diane, because it might leave serious repercussions. Right, let's. Woo! Look at that. Woo!
And John Quinn says Keith Richards is indestructible. Yes, he practically already. He practically is.
It's probably made of adamantium or whatever they call it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have human blood, I don't think.
No.
Oh my God.
Human. I think he's saying that. I've just realised that the person I was going to say is similar to him is dead anyway. Frank Zappa.
Whoa, no, the other person that's one of the 10 top people that should be dead. There was on TV. There was the top 10 people that should be dead by now. Keith Richards is one of them, and so is Ozzy Osbourne.
He's on his last legs, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe he's got some type of dementia, hasn't he?
He might. He has Parkinson's. He does have Parkinson's.
Well, is that not dementia?
No, not necessarily. It might lead to that in the final stages, but it doesn't lead to that in the beginning. I mean, it's not like that in the beginning, so
I thought
it might lead to that near the end stages, which I'm not sure.
In my naivety, I thought that Parkinson's is a form of dementia, but
no, I never heard that.
No, I don't.
So, Mr. Jackson, what watercolor paper are we using?
Oh, where is Gracie tonight? I would have thought.
She is, but I told her not to come at the end, and she did say I talked to her for about 30 minutes today. So right. She did say she definitely wanted to come on panel. I've already sent her the link, and I told her not to wait till the end if she wanted to come on panel. So I thought she was going to be here by now. So I don't know.
Well, we've got a space for someone else to come on if they want.
Oh, yeah, and I already sent links to some other people, too, to invite them, too. So I'm waiting to see if some other people that I invited show up.
See if Goswina wants to come on and give us an international viewpoint of the week.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good. We haven't had Goswina on EM Friday, have we? Oh, it's been a long time.
Because I didn't. Yeah. Is there anybody in the chat that would like to come up on the panel? Is there anybody in the chat? We're asking the chat.
Just on the subject of having people on, we're not that far off doing one of those things again.
Oh, a challenge, an artist challenge.
Yeah, so we'll have to get somebody to be the leader of that and let them pick the particular, the painting and everything and what have you, and then we'll get it sorted out.
No, you're the one that picked what we painted.
Yeah, well, I did it last time, didn't I? So
you're saying somebody else should be the leader this time. You're saying?
Not in the. Well, yeah, let them be the main thing. Well, we can do what we did last time and have everybody up, but let them take the lead this time.
And let them lead, like do the artwork, and other people follow along. You're saying,
Yeah, let them set the painting, and then it. But
I'll give Lisa a chance to use her new Cellier paints that I got.
Yeah,
her.
how's she getting on with them? Has she had a go? Well, last week
she likes them. Yeah.
She was at doctor's, weren't she, last week? Is she okay this week?
Yeah, she's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He has routine doctor visits. No.
Right. Oh, well, I've been inundated with doctors.
Chiropractor, all that happy stuff,
No, not great, is it? So what we've done here is we've got some underlayer of light of colour. So that's his first layer that we've done. And I'm going to strengthen it up at top here. So that...
Hello, Grayscale Painting. He just joined
Hello,
us.
Anthony. We're just...
Anthony, hello.
Anthony, about setting up the next challenge thing that we could have a go at.
Mystic says you need a drink, man.
Me?
Yeah.
I've got one. It's just a tickly throat. It's really annoying.
Get yourself a drink, man.
That makes it
Get
worse,
yourself
actually.
some nice creamy
You don't have
soup.
any cough drops? They lozenges. They soothe your throat.
Yeah, do you know, we have some really nice sweets in England, and I don't know whether Paul might remember them, and they're called Uncle Mac Drops.
No, I don't remember that.
No, you've never heard of them? All right. They were very popular cough sweet back in the day when we were kids. And they are nice. You have a suck of them, and it kind of like, helps
I was
you.
only in England for 9 months.
All right. Did your mum ever speak about any traditional English things?
Oh, yeah, all the time. And then, obviously we went for visits.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they
Did
retired,
make Yorkshire
I
pudding?
even went over there more.
Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. Welcome.
So when you do ever come to England, right, what you want to do is go into one of these sweet shops that you can go in, that just sell sweets, and ask them for some Uncle Mac drops. They're gorgeous, really nice. They're sweet, but they do have like a menthol in them. That if you've got a cold,
I'll go with the flakes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Halls, Halls Halls makes a whole bunch of, they're the ones that make a lot of those cold remedies, cough drops, syrups.
What's I'm just trying to think of that Airways. You can buy chewing gum called Airways. And
which helps you breathe better if you have congestion. I never heard of that. No.
They are menthol, literally. They're just absolutely soaked in menthol.
No, we don't have chewing gum like that.
Well, we used to have chewing gum that had germaline, called germaline bubblies.
Oh, the Fisherman Friends, they're really strong. Fisherman Friends, they're so strong. Really? I don't really like them. They're very strong.
I've got to say that there's, I mean, I know it's after 9 o'clock at night here, but just be careful what you're saying, Fisherman's Friends.
Why?
It's just, Fisherman's Friends.
We don't know. That's nothing that means anything. Hi, Elf Lord Journey. Welcome.
It don't mean anything. It's just Fisherman's Friends. You don't mention things like that in public.
I don't know why. What's wrong?
You answered anything wrong. It's just they're very strong.
Okay. Anyway, that is the name of this cough drop, and they're very strong.
They are. Fisherman's friend. Go on, Paul.
I'm with John. I'll have a hot toddy.
Yeah, I tell you what, you can't really beat. Not that we're in any way promoting alcohol as a medication. We'd never do that, would we, Diane?
That's not on YouTube.
I've got to say, when you've got a cold, and it does help if you have a little whiskey.
A little, yes. Oh, and Outdoor Journey wants to know what you're painting.
Not a bottle.
Not a whole bottle.
Not an whole bottle. Just a dram. A wee dram. A wee dram.
Yes.
That's what they call it, a wee dram.
Anyway, you're painting a seascape, right? A seascape sunrise or sunset.
This is a road at the bottom here. It's a road and it's rising up. And what they've done is they've set it up so that the sun is there, that white light area, and they're walking up this road, and it's because it's really low on the horizon, it's casting really long shadows.
Okay, I see a bunch of new people in here. Thumbs up, please. This is a thumbs up challenge.
New people.
20 thumbs up challenge. Please give a thumbs up. I see some new people in here, and there's no extra thumbs up.
But I can't see what how many new people there are here.
Well, Elford's Journey came in here. What's her name? Sweet Girl is in here. I guess those were the only two new people that came in here.
I'm going to Mystics. She got rum.
Oh, that's strong stuff. That puts hairs on your chest.
That sounds like a fun time. I'm with you, Mystic. Mystic's got the rum. Let's go.
Only problem is with some of these really strong alcoholic beverages is they just wipe your palate.
Mystic says she likes rum and Coke.
Hey, we've had some good news. COVID has done something good this year. Apparently, because of certain issues and good weather that we've had in UK this year, it's a bumper crop of grapes for wine. So English wine this year is going to be best in the world.
Better than France?
Better than France. Because we've had weird conditions.
Oh, okay.
Unusual conditions.
And they're predicting they're going to beat France in wine competitions.
It's not just going to beat them. We're going to throttle them.
Going to demolish them.
Demolish them. None of this Sauvignon Blanc.
Well, what are you going to call it?
Barnsley Plonk.
Yeah, Barnsley Plum.
Barnsley Plum.
I like the way Sauvignon Blanc.
Anyway,
it's hard for me. I like speaking Spanish better than French, actually.
So just
come on, Diana. You lived there for over a year.
I know, and I regret that. Except, no, I don't really regret it that bad. But Spanish rolls off your tongue like diferente colores. I love saying it rolls off your tongue. Where in French, différent color. You have to the R is in the back of your throat. It's so hard to say it. It's so hard.
Like you were a cat packing up a fur.
I love Spanish better. Diferente colores.
So, anyway, when you were living in France, did you actually live near any vineyards?
Yes, I lived in France for a year and a half in college, and I had a minor in French, and I learned tons of French. But I'm proficient in French. I know how to say a lot of things. And I had I was there for my junior year abroad, but in a group of 20 people, they were either majored or minored in French. Most of them were French majors, but I was only a French minor. And I did have French friends, and I actually took two college French college classes, one in art history, and I took the other one in Latin. I don't know what I was thinking. Latin and French.
What are you learning Latin for?
Latin and French. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I did that. I think I dropped out of that. I dropped out of that. I don't think I stayed in that long. And I could not understand people talking hardly at all. I did not become fluent in French. I'm proficient, but I'm not fluent.
Oh.
And so, I wish I had learned Spanish because
did you have the genuine French experience of going and being at a vineyard?
Yes.
Did you go and tread in it, or do they do that anymore?
What, tread in it? You mean walk through the vineyard?
Yeah, they just smash the grapes with your feet.
Oh no, I didn't do that. No. We walked. They explained how they make wine two different ways. One in oak barrel, and the other one is in stainless steel. And then we were in the vineyard. Yeah. We were in the vineyard of one winery where they explained all about their wine and their grapes.
They can't make it out of steel because wine has a lot of acid in it. It etches into the steel.
I don't know. They did. They talked about how they had stainless steel. I forget if that was in France. That might, because I visited Napa Valley in California, and we visited a bunch of wineries in Napa Valley, and I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm confusing that with when I was in France.
Well, you may have done, because normally steel barrels are used for making things like lager and beer.
No, I remember stainless. Some winery did say that they made wine in their wooden barrels, and I think that was oak. And then they also had stainless steel. I remember they were talking about stainless steel.
For definite,
stainless steel don't rust, Ian.
No, it's not that it doesn't rust. It's just that wine has a high content of acid in it, and what it does is it kind of eats into the metal, and then it gets polluted with metal. So they avoid using that. That's why they use old wood barrels. For best stuff they do anyway. On proper vineyards, they have like barrels that have been around for like 500 and 600 years.
Oh, Elf Lord Journey says the wine country Napa. Well, I think he meant me. He says wine country. I think he means Napa Valley was hit hard by the fires.
Really?
Yeah.
Many old wineries have been destroyed. Oh.
Yep. That was going on when I was in Oregon.
They said California said that's the worst fires they've ever had.
Both states.
Yeah, I would think so. But Oregon, Washington, California.
Mm.
Oh, and John Quinn said he took German in college. He says that language will clear your throat.
Yeah, it is very guttural.
I love Spanish, how it rolls off your tongue. Not at the back of your throat. I don't like that.
I've got a mini rant.
Yes.
I just want to get this off my chest. Right. So, Barnsley, my beloved football team, as you well know, pride of South Yorkshire, has had their football manager, very nice, very good manager, ripped away from him, taken away in his prime, just as he was about to rise up the league. Why? Because New York nobodies, or whatever they call them, never even heard of them, wanted our manager to be their manager. How upset am I? Very.
Maybe your football team should have paid some more money.
No. The New York Giants or New York, whatever they call them, Red Bulls, they've had to pay Barnsley a fee to buy him off him. So at least we've got some money in bank now. But I liked him. I thought you were a good manager. I thought you were going to take us far. And now he's gone to America to be with Mickey Mouse and friends in a league that I've never heard of.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's like.
So he went to New York City's soccer team?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know they had a soccer team. I
didn't either.
Mean, where would you prefer to play? In English league where the actual game were originated?
Yeah.
Right. And the league that he were playing in is a very high league. Right. It's one of the best in the world. Or would you prefer to go to America?
Oh, maybe he's following. Maybe he's following the money trail wherever it pays more money.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, New York, this team, they've got money to spend, so fair enough. I mean, if that's the case, then if he wants to go for money, then he's gone to the right place. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more important things than, in that sense, money. Do you want to make a good reputation for yourself?
Yeah. Hello. Oh goodness. Oh, here's a new person. Hello, Kenneth, the Kentucky Farm. Welcome, 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 Kenneth, the Kentucky Farm. You're new here. Welcome, welcome. And our guest artist is painting a seascape of a sunset. Is that a sunset or a sunrise?
Well, there's no sea in this at all. It's a road.
Oh, there's no seascape. It's not a seascape at all. Sorry.
There's no sea in there.
You know what I'm going by? Something you sent me. You sent me something saying this is what you're painting. With a big rock formation. It was the sea and two people sitting on the seaside.
Diane, that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
You know, this is the she don't remember that. She don't remember the Pink Floyd concert. She got confused with France and Spain in her travels.
Okay. I don't want to stop. Okay, thank you.
You know that medication, that alcoholic medication that you've been taking? Don't take too much.
No, I checked. I looked at when you sent that picture, and I could have sworn it said like it was a certain time during the day. It didn't say. Let me check again. Let me check. Okay.
It says you got her rolled up now.
Yes, you're right. It says October 2nd, 6:56 p.m.
We've moved on a little bit since then.
So because of my vision, I didn't I didn't catch the October 2nd, something like that.
Right. So can we just bring you up to speed? Right. This week, there's been a guy on telly that had a fly on his head for a couple of minutes, and that were really funny, and everybody had a good laugh at that. And your president said that COVID's a blessing from God. So, I mean, usually we've been having a great party here about that. We've got an army of crusaders, Christian crusaders, who are going to come over to America and assassinate him for being a blasphemer.
Oh, wait, a time out from that. I have to say that I had invited Norgus R, a friend of Ian's, and she was going to come here on panel, and she said she has to bow out because her daughter is visiting. And she said, say hello to Ian.
Say hello to her daughter. I know she's doing really well. Unfortunately, I've been basically offline last couple of weeks with my dad being in hospital and very unwell. And we're just getting him back up to normal now. And hopefully I'll be able to get back to my normal, usual routines.
Oh, that's good. Your dad's improving.
Yes, he is. It's took a while to get him sorted out though.
Okay.
Even when we've got him home, he's still had to like have a period of recovery and back to. We're hoping next week that he's able to go out and things like that. Not that he'll be able to anyway because we're locked down now, which is sad. So,
hello, Rosalie. Hello, Rosalie Benedicto Sheldon.
hello, Rosalie. It's nice to see you.
She does not live. She's from the Philippines, but she doesn't live there right now.
No. I think that's.
Well, I'm glad to hear that your dad is doing better, Ian. Is he
Yeah.
is he close to you or further away?
Hey, no, I'm with him at the moment.
Yeah, he's living.
Where is he normally
living with him in his house?
Hey, where is he now? Oh, he's in bed.
He's living with you.
Okay. But I mean, that's because he's ill, right? I mean, normally he lives somewhere else, or has he always been with you?
Oh, at this moment in time, I'm down here spending time looking after him.
Oh, okay. So you're not in Barnsley.
I have been for quite a while.
Yes, for the past several months.
So
where is that? Still Barnsley?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice because I've been able to catch up with all my friends down here. Because normally, where I normally live.
But how big is Barnsley? It can't be that big.
It's massive. It's a big town.
What?
Of course it is. It's one of the northern powerhouses of England.
Is okay? Hold on a second.
It sounds so rural. No, he's confused.
Is Barnsley
rural?
It is rural.
Is Barnsley bigger than Pudsey?
Yeah, I would say the similar sized. But Barnsley's got several elements to it. It's very industrial because it used to be where all mines were. Right, you know, all coal mines and things like that.
Yeah.
It's right next to Sheffield where all steel engineering places are. But it has a very rural environment around it as well. So imagine a place that industrial, but totally surrounded by farmland and things
rural.
like that.
Okay, I see.
And then everything else is what we call suburban.
Right.
So that's Barnsley. It's a mix of a lot of things. But it's a fairly how many miles would you say?
How many miles would you say it is north, south, or east, west?
It's an area, right? And it takes up at least a third of South Yorkshire.
Oh, okay.
John Quinn says, is it near St. Mary Mead?
Hey, I've not heard of that.
He's never heard of that.
St. Mary Mead? No. I mean, that might be in West Yorkshire.
Bradford is bigger than Barnsley, and it don't take up a third of Yorkshire.
Yeah, but we're talking about an area. Right, Bradford is a city. Right? Like Leeds is a city. Right? Barnsley is an area. Barnsley is a town, but it's an area as well. And that area were a massive industrial area where all industry, you know, Industrial Revolution. You've heard of that? Well, a lot of that went off there because that's where everybody got the coal from to make the Industrial Revolution work. So, and it were also one of the world's largest glass manufacturing areas.
Oh, you're breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah, that last sentence. The last sentence. It's also one of the largest. What?
at one time it was one of the world's largest and most technological glass manufacturing areas.
Oh, okay.
So we're starting to get some areas to make that look like a shadow. And we're going to build up like that, slowly but surely. So,
yeah, most of my family is from Pudsey.
Yeah, which is
and Bradford.
Yeah.
And
Pudsey is a suburb of Leeds. It's a
yeah.
town area of Leeds, which is a big city.
Pudsey, Farsley, and Bradford.
Right. And Bradford's a city in its own right, in a different part of West Yorkshire.
And my sister, who I don't speak to anymore, she moved to Holmesford.
Holmesford, which is out in the sticks. Yeah, Holmesford. I think it
yes.
is. Holmesford. Yeah, that's
HOLMFILTHERN. Oh, I forget how. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holmesford.
I don't know. It might be.
Bye, Angela Critter. She said it looks great, Ian.
Thank you.
There was some soap opera years ago on the UK television that was based in that town.
Last of the Summer Wines.
Yes.
Holmesford. It's actually near Barnsley, that. It's not far.
I figured because it's south.
It's in West Yorkshire, but it's near Barnsley, because Barnsley is on the border of West and South Yorkshire. It also borders Lancashire as well, Barnsley.
Well, if you run into somebody in Holmesford, her name is Linda. If she's a blonde, punch her in the face for me.
Oh, there's plenty of blondes in. I tell you who actually lives in Holmesford, who I know, and he's a really famous artist, and he's got my name as well. Ashley Jackson, a very famous.
Oh, okay.
artist. Yeah, he used to have a shop in Barnsley.
And what kind of artist is he?
He's a watercolor artist.
Oh.
Actually, I was quite inspired by him, watercolor wise. He don't paint like what I paint, but it did inspire me to progress forward with watercolor painting, because he used to have it was like England's answer to Bob Ross in watercolors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So started to get there. Right. Let's come down a little bit with. Let's see if we can get these people in, and then the basic painting itself is done now, and then we can start building layers upon it. So I'm not gonna, you know, when we're talking about silhouettes, I'm not gonna go for the obvious and just paint it dark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build up colours that are darker in tone, and slowly but surely make it dark. And then there's a variety of tonal value in the silhouette, and then it's not boring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the largest watercolor you ever did?
An imperial sheet, full imperial sheet.
What's the size of that?
Do you not know?
No, I've never heard of imperial size. That's UK. That's not American.
It isn't. That's the world standard for paper.
Mm-hmm. I never heard of it. Yeah.
Standard paper size.
I can look it up. Never mind, because you're going to tell me in centimeters. I'll find out in inches.
No, it's about. I might be wrong, but I think it's about 60 inches.
Okay, I could look it up.
I'll just have a look now.
60 by what?
60. You said one side would be 60 inches.
Full imperial. Can't spell. Are you still there?
No, we laughed.
Right. Quarter. Octo. 10. 30. Post. Imperial. Full imperial. That's not right.
I just got it.
Imperial is 30 inches by 22 inches, according to this, but it just doesn't sound right. That. Yeah, I think I've painted on a double imperial.
Wow.
It's a piece of. I think they call it an elephant. Believe it or not, that.
So, and then that would be around. You said one side was 60 inches, 60.
Yeah, about 60 inches.
Wow, see, 5 feet on one side.
By 40. In saying that, I've painted on other things a lot larger than that. I've painted on a glass panel that were like 12 foot each panel, and I did about several panels when I did a sign writing job.
Oh, and you painted with acrylic paint?
Yeah, an acrylic paint onto it, and you do it really, really thin coats. That's not watercolor technique.
Oh, yeah, okay.
An acrylic paint, and we had to use acrylic paint because they wanted to take it off later. You couldn't put proper paint on it, so. But that were a sign. If you go to like a car rental place or a car buying place, and they've got those great big windows all next to one another, so that you can see the cars on the inside of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of them. It was like a great big long garage, and it had a what's called a curtain window, and each panel were like 12 foot high, and what have you, and that's probably the largest thing I've ever done. I've done a truck, a full length of a removal truck.
Did you just do the lettering on it?
Yeah, and a little logo. Both sides of the truck. That were quite large.
Right.
So I have done some large projects, but to be frank, I mean, you just scale up. No complicated. Don't ever be daunted by doing things large. You just scale everything up. What is it? Is that a...
Hello, Lisa B.
Hello, Lisa. Is that an hovering cat? What
Ian is painting a sunset because he's doing Washtober, and today's prompt is the sun.
So it's not an hovering cat. I don't think it is anyway. So I put a bit of purple in there, and this side here I'm gonna put a less purpley colour in it, less purpley, and other side I'm gonna go a teeny weeny bit orange. There you go.
Lisa says it looks like a levitating cat over Route 66.
I've never actually ever seen a levitating cat over Route 66, so I wouldn't know. It's above and beyond my pay packet, that a levitating cat. I did do a cat yesterday that nobody looked at.
What, you posted it on Facebook?
Yeah. I'm getting to the stage where I think, you know, why do I bother on Facebook?
No, because a while ago you used to get a big response on Facebook.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think people have moved on.
Yeah, I know. It's hit or miss with me on Facebook. It's hit or miss whether I get. It's like sometimes people really like something I post, and other times they don't, and I get nothing.
Yeah, has Paul knocked off or something?
No, I'm here.
Oh, but he just gone quiet on us.
I'm just letting you guys talk.
Lisa asks, is anyone doing Inktober or here's another one I haven't heard of. Berttober. No, I'm not doing either one. I have other challenges I'm doing this month, but it's not. I'm doing Bleeda, which is blind live streaming every day in October. I'm doing that challenge. That's a 31-day challenge. And I'm doing a 6-week intuitive painting class, which I which started October 5th. And then I'm doing, what is it? Oh, I'm doing I'm involved in 100 Faces challenge, which I started in the on day 30 because I started a 365-day woman's face challenge in January and I did it all the way up until June or July and then stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did tons and tons of faces.
So with sun, when it's glaring at you directly, you sometimes lose if the edges of things, they tend to fuzz into the light and the edges tend to become part of the glow.
Yes.
So you shouldn't ever try and do things really, really crispy when it's light, when there's strong light in front of you.
We have a question from John Quinn.
Go on then, John.
He says, have you ever heard of the town southwest of you called Bakewell? Because he follows a YouTuber from there.
Yes, I go there fairly regularly. Yeah.
Right.
Nice little. It's not a massive town, but it is very nice. And it's got the classic Bakewell tart, which is something that it's known for. Bakewell tart, love it. I can taste one now. So, yeah. I would have thought, Paul, that you might have had a Bakewell tart.
Oh, I haven't. I would do the sausage rolls and the pork pies.
You can get them anywhere in England, but a Bakewell tart is a specialised thing from Bakewell. But what it is it's a pastry at the bottom, and then over the top of that there's a little smattering of jam, strawberry jam or whatever, and then on top of that there's a very dense sponge. And some people put almond nuts on top of it if they like that kind of thing. But it's et as a pudding, with tea and biscuits and things like that. Very nice.
No, I like the pork pies and the sausage rolls, fish and chips, and English trifle.
English trifle.
Trifle? You don't mean truffle?
No.
Trifle.
Trifle.
How's trifle different than a truffle?
It's completely different.
Okay.
It's
a trifle is almost like a cake, but it's not a cake.
Well, gelatine jelly that you make with ice cream. Yeah.
Well, I've never heard of gelatin with ice cream, but okay.
Well, you know how it is, gelatine. It's like a jelly kind of thing, isn't it? Jelly.
Like Jello.
Okay, like Jello. Yes, Jello.
Right. Imagine if you were to put some sponge mix in the Jello. it would make it go like a little bit spongy and a little bit jelly. Right? That's how it goes. You put that on top, and then you put some custard on top of it. And while it's setting, you put some bits of fruit in it. And that's trifle.
Don't forget cream.
And you I don't know. Would you put cream on it if you put in? I don't know. That's all down to you.
When my mom made it, she put cream.
Well, different people put different things on it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you know, it was layered. You know.
Yeah, yeah, dependent on what you like to put in it. They have different layers. Some people like
did the sponge. She did the sponge, and then she would do like strawberry gelatin and mix it. You know, mix it with the liquid and pour it into the sponge cake and do all that, and then when she do, a lot of times, sometimes she do a separate layer of Jello.
Yeah.
On top of the sponge cake.
Yeah, that Jello doesn't have any of the sponge in it. It's like another layer into it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And she would do it. She would do that layer with, you know, like fruit cocktail.
Yes. And
then that would be the layer, and then she would put custard, and not just any custard. It had to be Bird's custard.
Well, yes, absolutely. You're saying that, I mean, it can be any custard, but traditionally they used to put Bird's custard in it. Yeah. And before any people in America start worrying about us thinking that custard comes from birds, it don't. It's it's
the same thing as suet pudding. My aunt used to make suet pudding.
Okay.
Suet pudding, which is like a cakey kind of thing, using suet fat.
Yeah, it's a kind of fat, but it's not like fat. It's something that they use. It's like it comes out like a pudding, like a sponge.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, if you want to make a dumpling, that's how you make a dumpling, with suet.
That stuff is heaven. Yeah, English toffee is heaven.
It's very nice. I've been making that for millennia.
Or in the morning, I have toast with some butter, and then have a bit of treacle on the bread with the bread and butter, toast and butter with treacle.
I've gone a bit continental, me, because I like having a little bit of maple syrup, because it's got that slight, slightly different feel to it.
Maple syrup is completely different from treacle.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like on pancakes. I like syrup. I don't particularly like maple syrup on pancakes. Not as much, but I do like maple syrup on other things. Cause it's a more what do they call it? Slightly more bitter than treacle is. Treacle can be a little bit sweet, too sweet.
Oh, it's big time sweet.
Oh, it is. It's concentrated sugar.
It's basically pure cane sugar, liquefied.
Yeah. Liquefied cane sugar. Yeah. So whereas you've got a slight bitterness in comparison with maple syrup. Still very sweet. It's just not extremely sweet like what the qualities.
Well, if I ever make it out to England, I'll have to remember to try those tarts.
Yes. Well, you can. have a look online, see whether you can. Bakewell tart goes all over the world.
Oh yeah.
It's an internationally famous thing. So look it up, and you'll probably get little cupcakes that are made like them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, look them up.
Bakewell. Bakewell? B-A-T-E?
Bakewell.
Oh, bake.
As in bake. B-A. Was it bake? B-A. Sorry. Is it? Yeah. B-A-K-E.
Yeah, W-E-L-L. Yeah, that's how he spelled it.
Okay.
Because it comes from this small town in Derbyshire.
Oh, okay.
I'm about maybe 20-25 miles away from it. It's very nice. It has a traditional farmers market as well, and you know, people like to go out there and, you know, go to the farmers market and buy products that have been made by people on farm and all that kind of stuff. But it's also on what's called the Peak District National Park. So if you like walking and things like that, there's tons of walks around it.
I'll say that for England, they have a lot of nice parks and a lot of little walkways and river walks and all kinds of stuff.
I believe Britain was first country in the world to declare national parks that are open for people to ramble on, you know, as they choose.
Yeah.
And they're all looked after. It's not that they're left to rack and ruin. The government put millions of pounds into looking
and all the
after them.
houses, the majority of them, they have like a little proper English garden in the front. A lot of them have privets for a fence. It's all nice,
I mean,
proper.
If you live in one of those houses, right, you're expected to like keep it up to the you know, if it's an old house, the listed buildings. So you can't just like modernize it how you want it. It's got to be like kept in the manner that it was created. And that's reason why only like very rich people can afford to live in those areas. Because whereas if it was same house in our area, it'd probably get knocked down. Whereas because it's in a protected zone and it's an old building, it gets absolutely protected, which is fair enough. It's part of heritage country. But I
think here in the States it's 100 years. Anything over 100 can be listed as protected. A historical site.
An historical site. Yeah. So I'm getting a bit of an edge of a car in there.
If you make it to 100, Ian, you can be an historical site.
An historical site. Yeah. Well, hopefully, one of these days. Well, on my Death Star that I tried building, but didn't get very far because of financial issues. We did have a special chamber where I could sit in it and in this tank, you know, like a pickled onion, and regenerate myself. I don't know where I got that idea from. I honestly don't. I bet Mystic Unigon knows where I got that idea from.
So that would probably, in order to get there, it would have to be Ian Friday 2070.
2070, can you imagine? Ian Friday, still sat here listening to me rant on about.
I don't think so.
Rant on about day-to-day things. Do you mean? Haven't people got better things to do with their lives? Right. Oh dear. I mean, if this turns out to be COVID, it'll be bye, see you next week, and that'll be it. Because I've not got the same superpowers that President Thingamajig, Carter or whatever he's called.
Carter.
But I don't know. I'm not up to date on American politics.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Carter. That was back when I was in 6th grade.
Ian, do you have asthma?
Hey,
Ian, do you have asthma?
no, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because it hits harder people that have asthma.
Well, anybody who's already got it's hitting people who already have underlying problems with breathing, and that's the main set of people that are people who have compromised immune systems. But majority of people, if you look at the stats of how many people's had it and recovered from it, to be frank, not that I'm saying that we shouldn't be cautious or anything, the vast majority of people who've had it have gone on to recover, and some have had an hard time with it, some have got long-term damage, and some have just had a cold and gone back to work week after.
Yeah, that's right. Our next door neighbor is a doctor. He's an anesthesiologist, and he had been around a lot. The people he'd been around a lot of patients at the hospital that he works at. Mm-hmm. He had COVID, and it only affected him for a weekend, and he's 68 years old, and it only affected him for a weekend.
You could say that person's built up enough of an immunity to other people's, that it can deal. His body can deal with coming into contact with other viruses, and it rapidly deals with things. And if that's the case, then it shouldn't be that big a problem. No matter how old you are, it's how good your immune system is.
Yeah, that's right.
Dealing with the issue that it's got at any one time. I know one of the other things with it is that it can trigger hypersensitivity in your immune system, which is like, triggers your body into like a final end battle against it. Which your body goes, right, I'm pressing the eject button. And when your body does that, it can cause you all sorts of problems.
Goes that sound again.
That flicky thing. It's Diane. She's got some prototype wings because she's going to be a fairy.
It does sound like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does sound like fairy wings.
Fairy wings.
Like they popped out of her shirt or something. Because
no! I might have fairies in my room. I might have fairies in my room because I have a fairy altar.
A fairy altar?
Yeah, that was one of the assignments in the class that I had, was to create an altar for the fairies to attract them.
I've got some bad news.
I don't hear that thing. Whatever you're hearing, I do not hear it on my end.
Fairies.
What?
I don't want to offend anybody.
Well, then don't tell me. I don't want to know. Anyway, it's just
they only come to altars when you can't see them.
Okay.
I'm just going to go and change my water, and then we'll have a last rapid response finish to this painting. Because I'm going. All right, then. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, that's what the chat says. Mystic thinks that her and her boyfriend already had COVID. She thinks they did, so she's not sure, but she thinks they might have. And she just got a cold from it, but she doesn't know for sure. 19 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down, so that equals 20. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I could count the thumbs down. So 9, yeah, so
Lisa wants to know where Gracie is.
I don't know. I spoke to Gracie for about 30, 45 minutes today, and she said she was going to join us. I told her don't wait till the very end, otherwise you can't come on panel, but I don't have no idea, because she said she was gonna join us today.
Well, she's getting
better. Is she in better spirits?
Yeah, she's getting a little bit better. And she wanted to join today, so I don't know what the problem is. Oh, hi, Carolyn. To be free, I liked your Skywatch video.
Skywatch.
Yeah, where she was watching clouds. She did a live stream of watching clouds.
Well, some people can get high symbolisms out of clouds, aren't they?
High symbolism?
Yeah, well, they look at things and they see things within the clouds.
Yes, right.
And then that's the motivation for them to do painting. Or something. Like you might see a whale or hey, hold. Shut up! It's me talking on my own channel. Where are we?
Okay, those people don't look too much like a silhouette.
They will do in a bit. I'm just putting a base colour onto them.
Okay.
Most of this is...
Lisa says they don't even look like they have heads.
Hey?
It looks like they're walking in a snowy road.
Diego, I've added my thing there, and I'm going to come off that. There we go. Right, I'm back to normal.
She's looking on the phone, but she can't tell if they have heads or not.
They haven't.
I'm looking on a bigger iPad. I don't think they have heads. That's right, they don't.
They don't have heads yet because I don't want the heads to.
They're ghosts. They're headless.
It's a good painting for Halloween. Keep them headless.
Headless Jason.
Yeah.
Right. For those who are concerned that they've not got heads, here we go. Now I've had to wait until that bit's dried because I don't want it bleeding so into the rest of the painting. There you go. Have they got heads now?
Yes.
All there were is 2 little flicks, and now I'm going to.
But I don't see the sunset. Are you doing a sunset?
Better.
And you just go like that now. And some bits are going to glow through, and some bits aren't.
And did you say it is a sunset?
Yeah, behind it, it's white.
Oh, yeah, I know. I see it's white. Okay.
So that's more of a sunrise, not a sunset.
No, it all depends on how, in like autumn, for example, if the sun is really low,
right,
it can become, it's so intense and such an angle that it just bleeds out all the color.
I guess, yeah. But some of it color shows on the would show on the edges though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get little edges of color.
Oh, okay.
And
well, in the words of Chrissy, crack on and get that color going.
Yeah.
No comment?
Hey? No, I'm just concentrating on this at the moment.
Hey? What?
No comment.
No comment. He's busy at work.
Lisa says he's ignoring me.
No, I'm just trying to get. It's one of them things where I'm
got your tongue.
No, because the point is he doesn't. The point is he doesn't have to paint fast. He doesn't have to crack on.
Crack on. I'm almost done. It might not look as though I'm done, but there's not that much to do on this painting now, believe it or not.
Yeah, he might be finishing early.
But then again, I might just take my time on it. Because it's all detail work now from here. There's no big areas of painting to be done. And just joining things up.
What's the weather like over by you, Diana?
It's been sunny all day, and I think it's been in the high 60s. So kind of chilly, a little chilly.
High 60s.
Yeah.
High 60s, but sunny all day.
I think we got to 80 degrees today.
Oh, we're supposed to get to they said 80 on Saturday. Oh, that's tomorrow, Saturday. They said 80 on Saturday, but then they changed it to 78. Oh, so we're gonna get your weather tomorrow. We're getting your weather tomorrow.
Yeah, current temperature 80 degrees. That's probably gonna be our last 80 degree.
That's gonna be the last 80-degree day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Unless we have a weird winter where everything's quite warm.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just really nice, man. It's like completely sunny, and the wind, and we got a nice breeze going. Some gusts up to 15 miles an hour, and it's just wonderful.
John Quinn wrote, we're going to be in the 90s Sunday.
Ooh.
Where does he live? In the 90s. Why? Where do you?
Yeah, he's in Texas.
I know, but does it go below that in Texas? I assume it's quite hot most of the time.
Well, a lot of times, especially now in the South, they'll hit 85, 90 degrees, and then at night it's almost 40. You know, the temperature will just drop. It's crazy. And then it'll, comes back up again.
You can get an extreme weather in desert, where it's really, really low. Yeah. You're saying that, come up onto Pennines and spend a night on Pennines, and then you'll know what cold is.
When I was in Crescent Lake, Oregon, in the mountains there, it got into the upper 70s, and then as soon as that sun set, it got under 40 degrees.
But John does say the 90s is unusual for this time of year, even for Texas.
My sources in America tell me that that's quite weird. It does drop off a lot, doesn't it? So we've got a little bit of a bush here.
But there are times that sometimes in southern Texas, I've seen it in the middle of January, end of January, coming into February. Sometimes they have these heat waves. They don't happen all the time, but I've seen them hit the 90s in January.
Yeah, I believe that. That seems like that for southern Texas. That seems like about. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that doesn't seem like too much out of the ordinary.
Getting a bit of what they call it. I forgot what they call this. Maple jelly. Really good go-to colour. So you're getting your colour in first, and then you're going to just darken it in areas where you want to darken it. So I'm just going to build up a dark colour with ultramarine blue and burnt umber, classic black colour.
Yes.
Classic way to do a black, right? Because you get a control of how tonal it is. Hopefully you do. I like this brush, right? But it's not very good for mixing colours.
I was looking at Daniel Smith. That was a while ago. I'm not going to buy Daniel Smith's watercolors because I found out my husband has a whole box of watercolor tubes of watercolor paint. So I'm just going to use those up. But I was a few weeks ago, I was looking at Daniel Smith, and they come in collections. Like one of the collections was your favorite artist. What's that guy? That Latino guy. The collection was his choice of your what he would consider your good, most needed. I mean, your basic needed colors. And then that was different than the collection that some other artist she would choose as her collection you would need. And they were like two different kinds of sets of colors.
What you were looking for, what you were looking at of Daniel Smith?
Yes, I was looking at Daniel Smith that come in different collections.
You were looking at
by different artists.
You were looking at
Castaneda.
Alvaro Castaneda.
Yes, he had his choice of what you would consider as your basic water. I mean, I guess you could say, and like the colors that you would need, that you definitely your most needed colors.
Problem is you're paying. Alvaro Castaneda is a great artist, right?
Yes.
But you are paying for the name.
Right.
You don't paint like Alvaro Castaneda, right? So the colors that you would use and utilize best.
Yeah. I didn't like them. I mean, I'm sure they're basic colors. There was another artist that she sponsored a different collection, and those are the colors I would have gotten, but I don't know how basic they would be. But anyway, I'm not getting them. I was just saying that.
Oh no, I mean, I wouldn't either, even though Alvaro Castaneda is one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you were looking at what colors to buy, you should always think about the type of palette and color that you like.
Yeah, well, the other artist had that kind of palette that I really liked.
Well, you were more focused in on that kind of palette then, so that makes sense for you to look more at that one.
Right.
That's why his palette.
Right. Yes, his palette actually looked a lot like whatever. It's come basically.
Alvaro Castaneda's way of painting, he paints very tonally.
Yes.
Tonal.
Yes.
And then he puts odd splatters of color.
That's like how you paint tonally.
Well, I mean, that is the standard for most.
That's classic. It's classic.
Watercolors, but there are other ways. Some people like to paint vibrantly.
Right.
I mean, it's such a unique way of painting watercolor. There's all sorts of different ways of doing it.
Yeah. Oh, John Quinn has a comment. I'm not an artist myself, but I have always liked the color Payne's gray, but it seems artists either love it or hate it. Well, Payne's gray is a good neutral color.
I love Payne's gray, but it's one of them colors that you have to use properly. I think people get Payne's gray and they try and use it in a way that it's not made for. It's a tonal value shifter. It deepens and darkens colors, and when you use it like that, it's great. You can make a really nice dark brown with it, because if you were to add this to it, see this one here, right, to this color here, it's like a reddish brown, right? If you were to add that to Payne's gray, which is a very grey blue, dark grey blue, you could make a really lovely shadow color that's used for doing tonal washes, and that's why a lot of really good artists use it. But some people try using it as a color, and it's not really there as a color. It's
good for tone. It's good for neutralizing it, like making a vibrant color less vibrant.
Yeah, it kind of balances things out. So check that like that.
But what you're painting? No, what you're painting, it looks like snow on the ground because it's white.
I tell you what, this path here, this road that they're walking up, the sun's
it's bleaching it out.
It's bleaching it out, but I think that at some point it might have been raining earlier, and it's made it a bit glistening.
Okay.
But I might put a bit more grey into it anyway, because it does need a bit more grey to make it look as though it's make it look as though it's an actual path or a road. Yeah. So right, I've got enough paint there, and I'm gonna go. It's more about tonal value, man.
Yes, John. Yes, I hit 20 thumbs up, and yeah, thank you. We hit the 20. We beat the 20 thumbs up challenge. Thank you.
Nice to get the challenge down, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't often. Not on a Friday. We don't often do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Like that. And that can actually help you blend various things in.
Grayscale says looking good, Ian.
Thank you, Anthony. We were talking earlier about it looking as though there's rays coming up. Were you, Paul, who mentioned about? Yeah. Well, you're right there. That's what this is about. It's the rays, but it's the opposite way around. You're creating shadow areas.
Right. But I almost wonder if you need some kind of yellowy haze around the perimeter of the silhouette.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do, right?
Well, that's what I've tried to do. I painted it first with light colors, but because it's a silhouette, you've got to be balanced here and say, well, how much do you allow that color to come through? And because in real terms, they're very silhouetted. You can just see little highlights and hints of color in the people. The one thing I want to strengthen is that
it wouldn't be like, you know, I don't know how to explain it.
Like orange? Don't you need some orange on the edges of the people?
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to be a very thin line around the silhouette to create a slight haze bouncing off the body, but not going way out side to side. Just a small outline, you know.
Most of it would just be like cut into, so that you don't actually see the entire body as a solid object.
Well, yeah, that's true. All depends on what angle.
Yeah. See, I'm not making it look as though they are solid objects. If you put a line round it all, it looks like they've got a force field, and it's not like that.
Well, that's true, but I was saying, you know, a light color, not a dark one.
Yeah. But you're right, because there's this thing called fringe aberration, right? And when you can see that when you look at a branch of a tree through sunlight,
yeah,
and the outer edge has like a noticeable line round the edge of it.
Yeah.
But it's like a really delicate balance between like making it dark and keeping some of that color as well.
Grayscale and Lisa agree that it looks like an illustration for Reader's Digest for one of their stories.
Do you know when I was when I was a kid, I used to love getting old at Reader's Digest.
Yeah, you did.
And copying the paintings out of that. Yeah, I mean that was one of the things I used to. You know, if anybody had a Reader's Digest, I'd get order it off of them and go, they're all pictures out in it. I mean, but thing is with those Reader's Digests, there were some really famous artists who did artwork on them. You know.
Right.
So we shouldn't be sniffing at Reader's Digest pictures because some of them are done by top quality illustrators.
Right.
So see if I can get a bit more dark there.
How warm did you guys get today, Ian?
Hey? How long?
How did you guys get?
Hey? What
Temperature.
Hey?
Weather.
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't a clue. I've been indoors all day, waiting around for nurses and things like that coming to see me dad. I'm a virtual captive in my own house at the moment. We're having to make sure my dad's looked after.
For us, it's 67 now, and apparently it went up to 71.
Right. Sounds nice. Put in and take out. It's all about adding texture now.
Lisa wants to know: have you ever been published?
No, it's not for me. I'm a happy amateur. You know what? Occasionally, I do sell odd painting, and you know that contributes towards, you know, buying equipment because it's not cheap, is it? Especially watercolor paint. No, I don't think I'd enjoy the process of being not in my other artwork that I do. That's for professional purposes. But as far as this is concerned, this is what I do to relax. This is the joy of art. The joy of it. Hey, that's what they call him. Bobbity Ross. Joy of art. What time are we on? Oh, I better get my finger out because we're running out of time.
Yeah, you're currently right now 45 degrees, and John says you got to 53 today.
Did we? I don't know. I've not been out of the house today.
You know, that's weird because usually in the beginning of October you're not that cold.
It's not been cold today.
53.
Yeah, but are you talking about 53 American 53? Are you talking about
53 Fahrenheit is still kind of chilly.
It's about
chilly.
17, 18 degrees, but there's a lot of factors involved in British weather. It might be nice and warm, but there's wind chill factor from, you know, if wind's coming from north, it can be like sub-zero. It can be incredibly cold. But if wind's coming from the south, from like France and continental Europe, it can make it really warm, even though it's supposedly a cold day.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just down to how hot the sun is. It's down to where the wind's coming from at any one time.
Hello, Mumuku. She's from the UK also. Hi, Mumuku. Where are you from in the UK? She says, Ian, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Mumuku, where are you from in the UK?
Hi, Mumuku.
You get extra points if you say Yorkshire. Right. I'm just going to put some light washes of colour just to make it interesting. We can make certain things with watercolor. One of the really important things is getting things to connect together.
She's near Birmingham.
Birmingham, yes.
But she loves York. She loves Yorkshire.
That's good enough for me, Birmingham. That's nice. I've been there a few times.
That's near London, isn't it?
No, it's about halfway between Yorkshire and London.
Okay.
It's in what we call the Midlands.
And she loves Yorkshire tea.
There you go. Everybody loves Yorkshire. It's mandatory. It's mandatory to love Yorkshire, or you can't come on this programme. Oh dear. Good job we can laugh at one another, okay? Laugh at yourself, sorry. Not one another.
And then she says Midlands.
Midlands, yes. Not to be confused with Middle Earth, which is a different place. We have to explain these things to people in America because they think it's a real place, Middle Earth.
No, that comes from like some kind of story, some kind of fiction story.
Which story is it? Come on, I'm gonna push you. Is it
Harry Potter? No, Harry Potter. Not
no,
Harry Potter.
No, come on. You know what it is.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't think of. There's another story. There's another, and I can't think of it.
Middle Earth. Come on.
I can't think.
It's all about your cultural training. Come on.
Are you referring to the 70s era?
Hey?
What? The 1970s era? Is that where you're referring?
Hey? What, Middle Earth?
Yeah.
No, that's
no. I think it was. I think I'm not right sure. Middle Earth were invented in. It's from a series of books that were written quite.
Yeah, I think I know it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it.
Exactly. And when were those series of books written? In the 70s?
No. I think it was 1940s, 1950s.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, then what I'm thinking of isn't that.
Well, it's very famous. It's something to.
Is it The Hobbit?
Yes.
That's what Mystic Unicorn. She says I'd live in a hobbit hole.
Do you know there are some houses that were built that are like hobbit holes? They're not.
Yeah, there's some in Oregon like that.
Yeah, they've actually
Oregon has them.
They built them into hills, and they've got a big round window and a big round door, and apparently they're very nice.
Yeah. They got them in Oregon. Most of them are A-frames though, but they're very similar.
Oh, and Carolyn says The Hobbit was filmed in New Zealand.
Yes, it was. Parts of it was, yeah. A lot of the scenery that you see, the spectacular scenery, were definitely filmed in New Zealand. Because it has
as a matter of fact, I think there was a woman on the Travel Channel or whatever. She bought some cheap land in Oregon, right, and you really can't build on it, but she bought some property out there real cheap and in the hills, and she carved out a house inside one of the hills and has a little door.
Oh, I did see a show where there was a house dug out in a hill, and they can walk on top of their roof, and they have to actually cut the grass up there.
Yeah,
It's like built
that. Yep.
into a hill. That may not be the same one because there might be more than one person that's done that. Like their house was carved into the side of a hill with grass, not rock. It was not rock. And they actually, so they have to cut the grass on top of their roof and stuff.
Well, I mean, it's not something new that, because thousands of years ago, people used to live in what's called burrows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they were, indentations in the ground where you like went down into them. And then only thing that existed at the top were like a mound. But they ended up being like little cemeteries for people. Once they no longer lived in them, they ended up like being burial mounds.
So there's your challenge next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can only
paint a hobbit house.
A hobbit. Well, it'd be nice to create a scene, but unfortunately, until the end of this month, I've got to go with whatever the prompt is for this week. Because obviously,
so today the prompt was sun.
Sun, yeah.
So in the group, do you guys have a say on what it's supposed to be, or you just
no? It's already predetermined, probably, right?
No, you get 31 prompts, one each day.
Yeah, and they're already predetermined.
They're predetermined, but you interpret that word as you want.
Yes.
Well, that's true.
Total open interpretation.
Right. So do you know all 30 of them?
I've got them on a piece of paper, yeah. And I'm
so
sure
maybe we can find out what they are and maybe somehow get a hobbit house in one of those.
Well,
right?
Maybe. Peter Jackson, yes, it was.
And we have another Jackson in here, Brandon Jackson. Hello, Brandon Jackson.
Hello, Brandon. Back again with us. Hello.
You know, nice for example, if a challenge is a hill, then obviously the hobbit house would work for that.
Mm. Well, pretend that that's an hobbit house there.
Oh, hi, Sleestack Rule. Sneaks in at the end.
So it just so happens that we've run out of time, guys. So
Sleestack Rule just came in the last minute.
So that's basically it, guys. So two skater guys walking off into the sunset, and they're creating a big long shadow coming down. So let's get a little bit closer.
Nice.
And everything's all muted and toned because
very tonal. That is extremely tonal.
The sun is bleaching out all the color.
Yeah.
And that's how to create atmosphere.
Just, okay. Oh no, Brandon wants to know, can he join the panel? Oh, sorry, we're closing. We're closing.
No,
if you had come, Brandon had joined my panel earlier this week, so he's kosher. He's kosher. But
we had him on last week, but
earlier this week. But sorry, Brandon, we're about to close right now. Sorry, this show ends usually right at 6:00 p.m. It usually goes pretty much from 4 to 6 p.m. We always we don't usually go overtime too much.
No, it's
thanks for asking, Brandon, though. That would have been nice to have you up here. I wish we could have had you up here.
Come on next week, Brandon, and try to do it earlier.
Yes, you can come up here next week if you get here sometime between 4 and 6.
And that goes for anybody who wants to come on.
Yes.
Let us know, and you can, chat with us.
Yes, anybody's invited up on the panel.
Tell us what, we're here to chat. That's what we're here for. I'm here because I'm painting, but we're still chatting about day-to-day things.
Well, incidentally, Ian, you didn't answer the question about the watercolor paper.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. This paper is Heine Mule. watercolor paper. It's not my favorite, to be honest with you, but it's not cotton. It's the other one. Forgot, not silicon.
What would be equivalent?
Sorry.
What would be equivalent to like how many pounds?
This is £300. In America, that would be your equivalent of no, not £300. Sorry, it's 300 grams. That would be equivalent to your £140. So it's a standard paper there.
140, yeah. Okay.
140.
Yeah, that's standard 140 pounds.
And it's cold press knot.
Okay.
The reason why I don't like it that much is it's not got very much texture at all. It's almost borderline hot press.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
leaning more towards the hot press than cold. Maybe you should have done a cold press.
Well, the thing is, this month I'm using this paper up for this particular
for like a bunch of challenges.
For this challenge.
For that challenge.
For that, I've got that specifically.
He doesn't want to use his best paper.
Yeah. I want them to these paintings. I want them to be not today because we took us time about it, but I want these paintings to be quick, half an hour, boom, 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 and done. Really, that's what I'm wanting them to be like. So I'm not going to be using Miss Saunders Waterford for doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It does its job. It's good for demos. But it's just a bit boring, and it just doesn't have any. Look how much texture that paper's got. In comparison, if I show you some other paper.
Brandon Jackson has a question. He's going to stream tonight, and he says, "Does anybody have an idea for a stream for him?" Gosh, I don't know. Does anybody have an idea for a live stream for him?
Well,
talk about the hurricane.
Yeah, you could talk about Hurricane Delta.
Is in Yorkshire though, isn't it? Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. Brandon, are you in the? Right. I don't know if he's in the UK.
Look at the difference between this paper here, right? Can you see any you can't really see much texture at all, can you? Whereas this, look at that. Can you see the texture in there?
Oh, what's that one?
Play a game. How about Brandon play a game? You could play Family Feud.
Well, you could do what we're doing and get people up and come up and have conversations.
Well, yes, that's another idea.
If Brandon is in England, maybe he, since it's popular in England, maybe he should have people come on a panel with a bunch of flies and have interviews.
Flies?
Yeah.
No,
remember, Ian, you were talking about the fly. People are doing interviews with flies and all that. You are all having a great time over there. Yeah.
No, we're leaving out.
Man, did I go over everybody's head?
No.
At least I pay attention to the beginning of Friday.
It was just really funny how there's been some memes. Do you know what memes are, don't you guys? I know some of us are a bit old. Memes, right? And one of them were that little fly that landed on that presidential guy. It was like an interview with this fly saying, "Well, it's been a really hard time. It's the first time I've really been on TV, and it was really funny."
And Brandon Jackson wants to know. He's asking Ian if Ian would like to join this panel tonight.
Well, unfortunately, in a bit, I'm going to have a little bit to eat and I'm going to bed because I've had a really busy day. But I will do them another time.
Okay, so that's a wrap.
It is.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. The new people, there were some new people in here. I can't remember who they are, but thank you. And thank you for everybody that joined us. And well, my moderators didn't really have to do anything, but thank you, moderators.
I'm just gonna officially sign it, and that's job.
Oh, thank you to our guest artist, Ian Jackson.
That's me.
Thank you to Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul, who joins on the panel.
There you go.
Thank you.
Helps with the conversation.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Nice.
Am I
very well done, Ian.
But once it's settled a bit, I might go over it. You know, tidy a little few bits up, but that's basically it done.
Really? You're not going to add a blast of orange in the sky?
Not really. I want it to be a subtle, strong but subtle.
Okay.
When you see the sky, it's like a light blue, and it fades into
and then gets all white.
A very, very pale yellow, and then it goes white.
Yes.
Right in center there, that there is the center of the light. And that's why I'm only seeing bits of these people, because it's burning through them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming on the chat.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.